I think we've got a problem.
So, just finished my first on-track experience. David, the owner of the KAtina, very kindly showed me around Donington Park. He took it very easy to start with, and I could feel the speed building with every lap, despite us having to move out of the way for some of the faster cars around the circuit. So this is about as close as I want to get to the car right now. It's hissing and bubbling and steaming. David and I got a whiff of burning smell as we came in from the pit lane, and as we were waiting to be pushed back into our garage position, smoke started to fill the cabin. It was actually quite scary for a novice racer, immediately thinking the worst.
Ben just said it.
If I thought the worst, I'd have gone for a fire extinguisher. Don't worry. It was all under control.
David had it fully under control, of course. So David, we've just been out for our first session. You very kindly showed me around Donington Park, very expertly, I might add.
I've done it once or twice before.
I could tell actually, and it felt like you were in full control and command of the car, literally the whole time. Even when you were beating yourself up about a small wobble in the middle of Kramer curves?
Kramer curves, yes. Yes, second lap I hadn't got the tyres quite warm enough, so the back stepped out halfway down. It happens.
Yeah. And you quite correctly told me what to do if that should happen to me. Keep the foot in, turn into the slide, right?
That's pretty much all you can do with front wheel drive. Keep your foot in and keep turning the way you want the car to go. Mm-hmm. If you lift, then you get engine braking at the front end. We keep the back tyres quite high pressure to help turn in, and you're liable to spin the car at that point. So you've just got to be brave and try and keep your foot in.
Brave is definitely the key word.
It's a good impersonation I do of brave. I'm a coward, really.
I think you've earned a slice of cake, your famous paddock cake. So
yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, good. Okay, so whilst the team are beavering away at the front of the car,
yeah, we can do a guided tour of the weapon of choice.
That'd be super.
Now, the series is called EnduroKA. It's run by Motorsport Vision Racing. You may come across them at Brands Hatch or Donington here, Sneston. They've got a range of circuits around the place, and we visit quite a lot of them in the series. We get 6 races a year. All the cars are Mark I Ford Cas. With a 1.3 litre engine, a manual gearbox, and 69 brake horsepower to play with. That's it. We're not allowed to modify the engines. We're not allowed pretty much anything apart from stuff that the series demands of us. If you read the regulations, you'll find that we have to put in safety equipment. So that's a roll cage, that's a fire extinguisher, which we didn't need today. That's,
thankfully,
yes, that's a standard set of front brake pads, which we have to change to a particular specification. We're allowed braided brake hoses. We've got to fit a particular set of suspension shocks and springs and poly bushes, which has to be serviced every year. And seats and harnesses, and a roll cage, of course. So this is the car for this year. We've just had it repainted. There was a little incident at the end of Brands Hatch last year, 4 minutes from the end of a 500-minute race. Yeah, we finished well, we finished 7th. One of the features at Donington Park is it's right next to an airport, and that's an aircraft taking off, so we'll be back in a moment. Right, welcome back. Yes, end of Brands Hatch last year. We ran into the back of somebody. I wasn't driving, one of my companions was. The engine died as a result, along with a lot of the front end of the car. So it was rebuilt, and as part of the rebuilt, one of our team colleagues, Cosmetic Repair Solutions, generously resprayed the car for us. Older drivers like myself might recognise the livery as being inspired by the old Lotus Cortinas. So we've rechristened it because we like a good pun in the paddock of EnduroKA. It is now the Slotus KAtina. It's the best we could do.
Love it.
Had a lot of attention, which we're really proud of. So within the tailgate, you can see right through the car. We're obliged to run a camera so that if there's any incidents out on track, we haven't got one mounted at the moment because it's only a track day, but we just fit a standard well-known brand of camera in there and run it right the way through the race. 64 gig card will run for about 4 hours before it needs changing, so we have pairs of cameras, and if we need to change the camera mid-race, then we swap the whole camera rather than fiddling about with SIM cards or memory cards during a pit stop. Right at the front there's a blue box with some flashing red lights. That's a V-box, which we use for timing and video. Because there are penalties for not running a camera and being able to supply footage on demand, we run 2 cameras. There's no point in taking a penalty when it's just a cheap camera. Racing's expensive, so why do you want to get penalties? And if you have a look back into the car again, Dan, on the right-hand side there's a radio pack. We don't use it on a track day, but our helmets can be fitted with a microphone and an earbud, and so we can be in full conversation with the pits. We can either report problems either for us or for other people out on track. So, for example, if we see an incident that somebody else is involved in, we might tell the pits that there might be a safety car coming up so that they can come up with a plan if somebody needs to pit. Even if it's not us, it might be somebody else in the team. Information is always useful. Just as often it's them telling us information, who's behind us, whether we need to worry about a particular car after a safety car restart, or just to get the hell on with things because we're not going fast enough. We've all had those messages. Round to the middle of the car. We don't normally run a passenger seat. We've only got one in today because we've got Dan and the guided tour around the track. So fire extinguisher is mandatory. We can deploy it by pulling on that from inside the car, or there's a handle outside the car. These little blue things are the nozzles that spray the foam at us it's powder, to make sure that we're protected. The most important thing is keeping the driver safe. If you lose the car, you lose the car, you lose the driver, and there's an awful lot of paperwork involved. That's the V-box I mentioned before. This is also part of the V-box. It's a display that gives us our time around the track, so we can see where we are against the best time of the day, whether we're slightly up or slightly down. On a really long race, it can get a bit, misleading's the wrong word, but you've got to start interpreting things. Because, for example, again, last race at Brands was into the night, and as the track cools, your track times change. So all of a sudden I was losing 0.3 of a second at the hairpin Druids, and it wasn't because I was getting any worse, it wasn't because the tyres were going off, it was because the track had cooled under the trees. So sometimes information's good, sometimes you've just got to be aware that you don't know everything. And then the rest of the driver controls are exactly as it left the Ford factory in 2008. We're not allowed to add to the dashboard. We're allowed to change a steering wheel for something that's a bit more comfortable to handle. The device top right-hand corner of the driver clamps the roll cage is another lap timing device to give us an idea of how well we're doing. And that's pretty much it.
And the first thing that I noticed as I was strapped into the car by the team was just how little movement there is when you're in the car, both from moving your body but also just moving your head around. With the helmet, it was hitting the side head supports here.
You've also got the hands device, which means that you're restricted in turning your head left and right. But yes,
okay,
that was why it felt like a hard stop.
Right, okay.
That was the strap on the hands tightening up.
Okay.
But that's the device that means if you're in a head-on crash with a barrier or something, it's what stops your head from going fully forwards,
right,
and stops whiplash. But it does mean that if you've spun on the track, for example, and you're square across the track, and you're trying to look to see who's coming so you can pull off safely, you can't necessarily see what's going on. That's when, if you can see a marshal, they give really useful information.
Right.
Marshals, we can't race without them. They're volunteers, they're brilliant, but it does take a little while before you realise just how much information you can get from them. It's not just flags. If there's somebody coming and they know what you can see, and they will wave at you or give you any information, they'll help you push you out of a sticky situation, all the rest of it. It's a major part of the sport.
Brilliant. Thank you, Marshals.
Absolutely. The Orange Army is there sometimes.
The Orange Army, indeed. So do you think we can go and have a look at the front?
Certainly. Right,
So it's still bubbling away, isn't it?
Yep. As we mentioned earlier, it's a standard 1.3 litre engine, 69 brake horsepower. We're allowed the later engines. The earlier ones are permitted, but they're 10 brake horsepower down, so nobody bothers with those. Again, you can see the brake master cylinder and the servo, they're standard. Can't see under the tyres to work out what the brakes are doing, but they're there. It's really very standard. You could take that into a Ford dealership 20 years ago and they would recognise all of that. We're not allowed to muck about with it. It keeps a level playing field. You can also see a couple of the blue fire extinguisher nozzles at the back high up. When you pull the fire extinguisher, all of the nozzles are deployed. So if it's an engine fire or cabin or whatever else, anything that's there should be put out.
Uh-oh.
It's a spectacle, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've got a bit of time to the next session, so we're trying to let it cool down in an organised manner. Hopefully, once it's cooled down, it's got some water in it to start. It'll either start or it's lost compression, one of the two.
Right.
We won't find out until it's a little bit closer to the time. But if you rush it, you can do more damage than good. So we're a bit careful. We've done a few of these.
Yeah. And the cost of an engine change?
Well, that depends. I mean, it's a breakage yard engine. I'll buy a new engine for typically £250. I've paid as much as £350, but that was in the middle of a race and I only had one option, so you pay what you're asked at that point.
Could have paid £500.
He might have been beaten up afterwards, but no. One of the things with the EnduroKA paddock is everybody wants everybody else to be out there, and so if somebody's stuck for a part, run up and down the paddock, hold a handful of £5 notes and you can buy almost anything. There'll be somebody there with something that you need, and as long as they don't think they're going to need it, they'll let you have it, because we want as many cars out there on the grid as we possibly can. Going around in circles without people to race against, you might as well be on a track day. But yes, an engine, £250. In a race situation, the team will change an engine in an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that.
Okay.
The problem is that the front of the car doesn't come off. We've got to take it down through the bottom of the engine bay.
Okay.
And there's quite a bit to get to. We've done it. I know these guys will do a clutch in half an hour.
Okay.
That's very, very impressive if you've ever tried doing a clutch on your own drive, on your own.
And to do the clutch, you've got to drop the gearbox out?
Gearbox comes out, yes. Take the bell housing, bolts off, drive shafts come out, so the wheels are off and the front suspension's dismantled to get the drive shafts out. And then there's enough room to get the gearbox back, drop it down, new clutch, put it back in. There's one bell housing bolt that it keeps on being forgotten because it's a complete blighter to get to, but it does make the job a lot quicker if you forget to fit it.
Okay.
Hints and tips.
That wasn't the bolt that you found earlier?
No, that was a different bolt I fell over.
Okay.
No, it's a rather bigger bolt that holds a bell housing onto an engine block.
And this is actually your car, David?
This is my car,
How
yes.
long have you owned it?
This is my second season with the Shell.
Okay.
I've had two cars beforehand, but the first one was rolled at Cadwell Park. And the second one was involved in 2 incidents in the same race at Brands Hatch a couple of years ago, which meant that the floor was split and we felt we couldn't repair it. So yes, this was new for the first race last season. It was black. Last year it was known as the Cake Mobile, with completely different livery. But because it sustained so much damage at the last race, we decided to do something a bit different.
Okay.
Really pleased with it.
So this is, although we're saying this is your car, this is a bit like Trigger's Broom, really, insofar as
absolutely.
most of the parts have been replaced at some point.
Yeah, it's a Ford of thesis.
You're
more classically educated.
Unfortunately not.
Look up ship of thesis.
Okay, so this is something for everyone to Google at home afterwards.
Other search engines are available.
The steering wheel? That's
a Momo part. I think it just happened to be hanging around the workshop when we built the car, to be honest.
okay.
But a covered steering wheel, you've got a better grip with race gloves than a standard shiny Ford one.
Right.
Also, it's slightly smaller, so it's a bit easier to turn in.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to work a bit harder, but when you're driving quickly, quicker than we were today, the car tends to move about under you. By that we mean it's sliding.
Okay.
So the car is, if you've got it right, you're in a 4-wheel drift and you're just adjusting the direction of skid on the front wheels.
Okay.
Now at that point, once you've lost traction like that, actually power steering's kind of academic because you're not fighting anything.
So there's still a reasonable chance I'll get out in this later on. We've just got to cross our fingers.
There is an element of fingers being crossed, yes. You've just seen us try to get it going. The worst case scenario is that it's got hot enough for the head to warp. If that's the case, then we've lost compression and I'm afraid it's game over for the day, the engine's dead.
Right.
But we'll leave that to the team, that's their decision.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for guiding us around the car and the championship. And
thanks for coming.
Fingers crossed. There's some more action left later today.
Next drive is yours if we can get the car started.
Brilliant stuff. So that's a wrap for today. Unfortunately, the KAtina engine is blown. I'm a little bit disappointed, but equally, this gives me more time to prepare for my first time out on track. See you at a racetrack soon.
You started your MSP to help business owners master technology. Isn't it time you were rewarded for that? MSP Finance Team helps hard-working MSP owners finally get the profit, time, and control they deserve. With better financial and strategic insight, you can make better decisions, leading to more control, profit, and time. Our approach is unique. We focus exclusively on MSP businesses, and we meld bookkeeping, CFO as a service, accounting, and mentoring to help you get started, scale, or sell. We bring you the freedom to focus on what's important, whether it's growing your business strategically or enjoying spontaneous moments with your family. So visit mspfinanceteam.com today and take the first step towards financial mastery. Because when it comes to your MSP finances, it's not just business, it's a numbers game.